we are hosting Monkey Kingdom. Hello everyone in the audience. We will have very nice chat with Wukong, who is part of development team of Monkey Kingdom. So I would just welcome everyone who's listening and the ones who will check the AMA recap later on. Today our guest is Wukong, which I mentioned before, from Monkey Kingdom. And to make it a bit more interesting, this AMA, we have one of the hottest NFT collections here at the moment. So Monkey Kingdom, they are very, very, very popular. And they are giving us 25 whitelist spots for their next drop, which will be on Friday. Night Shift will drop the Google form, you apply for it, and then we will just have a draw, and 25 from our community will be whitelisted for the drop on Friday. And more about the drop will tell you. Wukong will tell you. So let's just jump into it. To start with basic question, Wukong, just tell us who are you, what is Monkey Kingdom present, what's about, just to give us a quick intro so we know some more details.
Yeah, no problem. I want to say thank you first for having me. It's great to be able to talk to you guys. Thanks for welcoming me onto your Discord, and everyone that's listening or who will listen. We're really big fans of Nitro League over here, and yeah, it's great to be here. Thank you.
Thanks.
So I'm Lil Wukong, or Xiao Wukong if in Chinese. I'm actually one of the members of the dev team over here at Monkey Kingdom, and what we are is essentially we're a story. Okay, well, we're a collection of 4,443 32 by 32 pixel NFTs on Solana blockchain, and the story behind us is we're inspired by the myth of Sun Wukong. So that's a really famous.
Can I just jump in between sometimes while you're speaking?
Yeah, anytime.
Is there any particular reason behind 4,444?
Oh no! So our first collection called the Generation One. So our original Wukongs was 2,222, and then our second collection, the Diamond Babes, was 2,221. There was a little reason that we were pairing them up, and we wanted one to be single, but that's the main reason why it's not even.
Cool.
Yeah, it was just a little thing we thought would be fun for the community. Yeah, but as I was saying, so we were inspired by the myth of Sun Wukong, which in East Asian culture is this very, very important myth. For those that aren't too familiar with it, it is basically a magical monkey, it sounds pretty funny, who eats these magic peaches and he gains powers and he, fights in the heavens, he goes on his journeys. Now, that's just a very, very condensed form of what it actually is. It's almost like, in the West, every child grows up, with stories like Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny, things like that. That's our version. Every child growing up in East Asia, it's impossible that you wouldn't know what it is. It's so pervasive in all aspects of our mythology. And yeah, that's the story, but that's our inspiration behind starting the collection. And what we really want to do is what we wanted to do was bring this story to life in the NFT space and further on into the Web3 space, because we felt that there weren't many projects, if any, that were uniquely Asian focused, and that is really the core of what we try to bring as a project.
Oh, very nice. I didn't know about that. I didn't know the story behind it. I will definitely Google it down just to.
Yeah, definitely. It's a crazy story. It's so long, and there's so many different chapters or sagas that relate back to Sun Wukong, and it's such a fantastic story, and we were able to in our own small way bring that to a larger audience. And I think that's something we're really proud of as a project, because essentially we do believe Web3 is a great place to tell stories, and that is what we're trying to do.
Exactly, and people connect over it. So
Yeah.
definitely a great way to go with it. Okay, so yeah. So since you're from the development team, let's talk about a bit development. So what are your major milestones until now, and what the future looks like for Monkey Kingdom?
Great. Yeah, happy to. So we started our project late November 2021, and essentially we were a profile PFP project. And as we gained traction, I think we really spoke to a community that really saw themselves in the story, as well as being able to be a part of a bigger thing coming out of Asia in an industry that's until now very Western focused. And so, from a development standpoint, we've been able to some of our milestones have been amazing. We've been able to attract lots of big time celebrities, artists, designers from our part of the world, but also internationally. So, we're doing a collab with Verbal Ambush, a really big, one of the biggest design houses from Tokyo. We also have endorsements from lots of Asian celebrities. Now, I know in the NFT space, like celebrity endorsement doesn't always feel like that much, but when we were developing the people we got, like JJ Lin, Sunny Wang, Edison Chen, right? They're a huge part of our culture when we were growing up as kids. And to suddenly see them a part of an NFT project, our NFT project, that was really amazing from a development standpoint. It really meant that we were going places. Other than that, also recently we've been able to put some of our NFTs on really esteemed auction houses. So I don't know if any of you saw the news, but we were on Sotheby's for our Gen 1 and Gen 2 collections. We were able to auction a couple off. And for the Phillips auction, we were able to auction one of our upcoming Monkey Legends. So that was fantastic. All these milestones really, they
That's
really,
big.
yeah, they
That's
really
pretty
tell
big.
us.
And for how much did these auctions go then? Your NFTs?
So for the most recent one, we auctioned three Monkey Kingdom NFTs, and they went for around 120,000 HKD, which is uh, off the top of my head, I'm not too sure about the conversion rates, but that's about £12,000, I think. But
Let
yeah,
me Google it.
yeah, and
Yeah,
also
it's around 15K dollars. So you were pretty close, even not if not on
great.
spot then.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's great because it really shows that we're hitting a wider audience, and from a development standpoint, we look back at these milestones, they really do give us pride. In terms of recent developments, we were one of the official launch partners of OpenSea as they launched on the Solana platform. This was just last week, um, and yeah, that's some of our great milestones. And moving forward, obviously, our mint is this Friday, April the 15th. But we've got a lot of exciting new plans for our Gen 3 because it's on the Ethereum blockchain. It represents a whole new space for us to, create exciting opportunities for our holders and explore like the limits of where we can go as a project. At the same time, we're not just gonna leave the first two generations on Solana and not touch them. Of course not. We've got some really exciting partnerships that we will be announcing in the next few weeks that really will help grow our OG community as well on the Solana blockchain. I mean, right now for our Peach token, which is an ERC20 token, you only can get it by staking our Solana NFTs. And so, yeah, moving forward, we have a wide range of really exciting development for all three collections.
And will this drop tree also be on OpenSea or?
Uh, our third collection, the Monkey Legends, yeah, it will be on OpenSea. It's going to be on the Ethereum blockchain.
Ah, cool. Why did you decide to go on Ethereum for this third drop? Uh,
Yeah, that's a great question. So, Solana is great. I think there's so many positives to be on the Solana blockchain. I think low gas fees is one. Also, it's so accessible for first-time buyers because just generally speaking, Solana NFTs are at a lower price. So we were really happy to start on Solana, especially as I may have mentioned. Exposure to NFTs in Asia is nowhere like the West. It's quite a bit behind in terms of just knowing about them, right?
you think
So
so?
I do think so. I think still, a lot of parts of Asia are still, really starting to catch on, because I think, most of the development, all of really cool projects until recently have been in the West. I think with the launch of Azuki and Evereye, now people are really standing up and taking notice, because these are projects that are very, Asian artwork, and now it's becoming a lot more widespread. But when I say what not as much exposure, I meant when we started the project last year, it was still relatively, people have heard of it but don't completely get what it is.
Yeah, definitely. It's developing. Yeah, we started also in November, and now it's way bigger. Let's say a crowd looking at it than it was in November, because yeah,
Yeah,
it,
I agree. I
it's
think
becoming mainstream.
the last 6 months, in terms of like the industry as a whole, the development has been really rapid and exponential.
Yeah,
But as I was saying about the why we went to Ethereum, so there's so many great things about Solana, but if you look at from a very numerical financial side of things, the fact is that Ethereum is still king in the NFT space. All the
yeah,
biggest projects are there. The volume of sales, the floor prices, the transactions, everything is Ethereum. No one's toppling Ethereum anytime soon. And as we developed with our project, and we had such a strong community behind, we were thinking, what's the best way to maximize holder value, and what's the best way that we can hit a platform that gives us the ability to really go further as a project. And I think slowly but surely, all signs pointed to the direction of Ethereum. It's a logical thing to do to move on to a bigger, more established blockchain. You hit more, you get more eyes on your project. You all of a sudden you're on bigger marketplaces. Prices are larger than Solana, and yeah, as we want to be the best version of Monkey Kingdom that we can be. And I think going on to the Ethereum blockchain is the way, it is the logical and right thing to do to really grow our project.
I agree. I agree. You are giving 25 whitelist spots to our community, to us. Can you just tell us more about the differences between the first, the second, and now the third drop that is coming, apart from the changing the blockchain from Solana to Ethereum?
Yeah, happy to. I mean, we're also really, really happy to give you guys the whitelist spots. We really like Nitro League, and it would be great, if we see our communities in both our discords. It's something we would really like to do. But the difference between the all three collections. So I'll start with the first two. Essentially, they're the mirror image of each other, or male and female. So our first collection are the Wukongs, yeah, and it's the male version of the monkey, and it's 32 by 32. It's pixelated, and you just see the torso and the upper head. And our second collection were the Diamond Bapes, so they're female versions. I mean, they have different traits and different unique aspects to them, but those two were, yeah, it was just a male and female version in 32 by
Diamond.
32 pixel. Now
I
that we're
missed
on,
Diamond Babes.
sorry.
It's a bummer. I missed Diamond Babes.
I mean, head on to OpenSea, sweep as many as you can. We'd love to see you have as many as you want. But the third collection, so Gen 3 on Ethereum. So we're going in a very different artistic direction, and there are lots of really cool reasons behind it. But the main difference is it's 3D. It's in bipedal form, so you can see the whole body, and we're going to introduce a lot more traits. So there's 10,000 Gen 3 Monkey Legends compared to 2,222 and 2,221 Generation 1 and 2. So it's double a number, even more than double a number. So that's given us the creative ability to really overhaul the traits, and there's going to be a lot of really cool, really exciting things that I don't think many people are going to expect.
I guess. I'm very looking forward to it, and I'll try to snatch the whitelist spot. Otherwise, I'll just come back to you, and I'll be like, they didn't pick me. My guys didn't pick me. I don't know what's wrong, but they didn't pick me. But yeah, you are mentioning it, everything will be in 3D, right?
Yes.
So it will be very much also metaverse connected and all that, right?
Yeah, that's actually a great point. One of the very early on, we decided that we didn't just want our Gen 3 Monkey Legends to just be a NFT. We didn't want it just to be a,
So
someone,
you already have some future plans and utility for your NFTs.
yeah, we do. So, you know, Gen 1 and Gen 2, the Solana ones, the utility right now is staking mechanics. And you stake them to get our token, but we will continuously to develop on the Solana blockchain to bring exciting things. But for our upcoming collection, it's what's really cool is that each one of the 10,000, they're designed to be metaverse ready. So as soon as you get them, you're gonna be able to use them as your 3D avatars in a metaverse, and that's something that we as a team think is really important because we want to go beyond just being a NFT project. We want to let our holders really use our NFTs as a conduit to fully experience Web3. And yeah, so they're going to be metaverse ready, and down the road they're going to be interoperable. So we're going to try and put them in as many different metaverses as we can, just so our holders can go wherever they desire. We want to give them the ability to really go and do things, new experiences, and we want them to use our Generation 3 as a conduit for that.
I like it. I really like it. So you will be able also to come to Nitro League Metaverse. So not to hold you too long here with us, even though I will still take some of your time and with some community questions as well. But to close it off,
Yeah,
um,
I'm happy to.
can
I'm
you
happy
tell
to
us?
answer any questions.
Can you tell us more about the Metaverse partnership with Nitro League? And then we will jump to also to the community questions.
So obviously, down the road, we would love to partner with as many metaverses as we can, and we look at Nitro League as we love your project, but just personally, I grew up like playing racing car games. I grew up playing like Hot Wheels. I love the idea of what you guys are doing as a project. Right now, we have one confirmed metaverse partnership, and it's with the Kingdom, and we've been leaking some of the stills from that partnership the past few days. And yeah, what I can tell you is that is going to be our first partnership, but it'll be first of many.
Perfect, and I'm excited about this partnership because I'm seeing this. I still don't know how they will look like, but definitely looking for some 3D monkeys in my garage.
Yeah, we
Uh,
would definitely hope you can win. I mean, it would be crazy, to have all these our projects together in the Web3 space. And I think that's what we're all trying to get at, slowly but surely. Like it's one thing to have your own metaverse, your own game, but when you can cross over with different projects, that's really cool, and that's something that excites us and really pushes us further.
yeah, I agree. I'm a bit skeptical, not to cross and not to go because you will be able to go everywhere and use it, but just the full except for the your outside looks. Some other things will be are still under development to be able to use it cross platforms and cross games. That's
Yeah,
definitely.
totally. No,
But
I
just
totally agree. I mean,
coming
there's
in.
still yeah, sorry. There's still so much to be done. It's great that we can sort of announce all these things, and with this project and that project. But of course, we still have a long way to go. But it's exciting to be at this forefront. Like we're at a new technology, and our projects individually and together, we can push those boundaries and see what's really possible in the short term in Web3, while also planning for like long-term partnerships.
Definitely. I would ask you to jump on the AMA question channel and just go through it a bit because I don't know which ones are the one that you like the most that are like exciting
Um,
questions, so I won't bore you with some
no,
some.
no, no, sure. Let me scroll up a bit.
Yeah, I think this one's quite good. I don't think that's from our side, but how will the market application value Gen 3 and Gen 1 and Gen 2 be balanced? Is there any specific division of labor in the field? Not totally understanding it. Maybe you are, or it's just
No,
off.
that is a great question. So we've been asked that a few times that if we with this new Gen 3, first of all, it's much larger than our previous two collections combined. It's also on a new blockchain. Are we going to focus more? The answer is in obviously leading up to the mint and then right after, we're fully focused on the mint going smoothly and then the reveal a few weeks later. But when things have calmed down, we do view all three collections as equal. They might, of course, one's going to have a larger market presence by virtue of being a larger collection and being on a different blockchain. But in terms of development, we will push all two block on both blockchains because we don't believe in just leaving our old collections behind. Now, the people that bought into our old collections and have held it till today, they're our most loyal community members. Without them, we don't have a project. And we're never going to just leave people behind. That's not how we operate. And that's not even remotely, has never crossed our minds. And so, there will be quite a few challenges in terms of development because different blockchains, you'll have to go different directions. But we will make sure that it's an equal division of labor. And we have a great team. We have a big team, a great team. I'm sure we can handle it. But yeah, let me. Sorry, guys, bear with me for a second. I'm just scrolling through, trying to
Yeah,
see some
just go
questions.
scroll through. I'm doing the same thing every time, so
Yeah, if you have
don't
any
feel bad
questions,
for
just shoot.
it.
So here's a good chain of questions from Lex J. Thank you, Lex J, if you're in the audience. Really good questions. So, is there any other burning mechanism besides breeding or cloning? Because most of game soul burning mechanism is breeding cloning, and it isn't quite feasible for us, as we know that breeding and cloning will overpopulate much and create less demand and consecutive damage to the ecosystem. So that's a really technical question. That's great. The answer is for now, the burning mechanism is just going to stay from when we burn the peaches for breeding. But after the mint, we are going to announce a lot more in terms of utility towards our NFTs. The second question: does Monkey Kingdom stand with free to play? Do the team have any concrete plan and research about oversurge amount of players coming in, oversupply and minted tokens? So that's a good question. I think we're slightly yet to get to that point. What I can say is, in our upcoming Metaverse partnerships, there will be three play to earn features, but that's all somewhat further down the line. But we will be announcing a lot more after I'm in.
I like this one. It's not really a question.
Okay.
But what is the most ambitious goal of your project? And then I like the wording, so it's pretty much just spill the news that you want to spill it in the future. I would appreciate if you could share with us any upcoming updates. I
Very
love
well worded.
it. Very
So,
well worded.
so the future. What a big word.
No,
So
it's a
what I'm not gonna get too far down the road, but I will say right now, after Mint, our focus is to be able to bring Gen 3s to life in the metaverse. We want everyone that managed to Mint one to be able to walk around and see their avatar in not just our first partnership with the kingdom, but with our future partnerships, and yeah, that's our full focus now because it does take a lot of development, and we don't want to let down any of our holders by trying to do too many things at once and not doing them to the best of our potential. So, in the in the future we're going to move towards being metaverse ready, and yeah, from there we're going to develop our utilities. It's going to branch out from there.
Cool. And yeah, let's just maybe the last one. That's one for the guys who like to trade with NFTs. How will you guarantee that the value of NFT wouldn't depreciate below the pre-sales prices? That's impossible, guys. But maybe.
Well, at the end of the day, we are in, this is a market. So I can, there's no guarantees, but what I can say is I don't think that's any way a risk for our project. And that's not me being arrogant or being boastful. I think when you look at our track record as a team on the Solana blockchain, I know it's quite counterproductive to compare the two, but what we've done in really raising the profile of Monkey Kingdom and then continuing to develop, not just being a hype and then hyping it up and letting it die down. We've constantly innovated. We've constantly pushed the boundaries, attracted only the best partnerships, whether that's real world brands, whether that's musicians, artists, or even great AMAs with great other projects. Right? We don't stop. We just keep pushing to develop it and attracting the best partnerships we can. And so as we move to Ethereum for our Gen 3 and we mint out, instantly you're going to start hearing lots more news coming from us, because while we're planning, we're not planning too far ahead. We know that this market can be quite brutal sometimes, but as soon as we mint, we have a lot more exciting partnerships to announce then. And I think also the strength of our own community. We have such a tight knit community who are always behind us and united. I'm really not worried about the price action that way. I think we're going to mint and we're going to just keep growing and keep rising, which is what we've done as a project since its inception.
Exactly, and when the right team is behind it, and when people know that you are working on the project, I think also the price in the end comes where it should be, and
Yeah.
where everybody's expecting it.
Yeah,
So
I
when
really appreciate the trust that we get from our community. I think it goes both ways. They trust us to set the direction, but we also trust them to come with us and really show that support and unity and faith. And together, that's a really strong combination. I think that's all you really need is a good team, but an even better community. And we're blessed.
Totally agree here. It's Web 3.0 now, and I guess that's the way how it will work in the future.
Definitely.
Maybe just one last question that just popped up,
Yeah,
and
happy,
I
happy.
saw a few more pretty much asking the same thing. Is there going to be Monkey Kingdom fourth generation?
I think that's going way too far in the future. I think right now, right now we have our great Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3. It's a huge collection. It's 10,000, and these days I think collections are usually quite not as big, but
Yeah, yeah, we
that's
have
a show of
smaller
our,
ones.
yeah, but that's a show of faith in our community and also a signal that we want to grow even bigger. But no, I think after Gen 3 we're gonna start working full on towards new utilities, building an ecosystem around our NFTs, and letting our holders go into the metaverse with our NFTs. So there is no plans for a fourth collection as of right now.
Cool. I guess you answered the question, even though you didn't answer the question.
I can pretty very with very a lot of certainty right now that no, we are not planning a fourth generation. But
Yeah, you never
Web
know what the
three,
future will
Web
bring.
three, right? Yeah, you never know. Who knows?
Exactly. It's same everywhere, so we shouldn't make too much promises and then not hold on to it. So
Yeah, and I think
it
that's
was
also a mark of a good team is when I see some of these new projects pop up and they promise the world straight away. They're like, we're going to give you this, we're going to give you all these different utilities. I think what's important sometimes, even though it's such an exciting space, is that we just take it procedurally. We go step by step. We want to have a good mint, we want to have a good reveal, we want to do it
Exactly.
slowly.
And
And
have
then
it developed and not just have it on the paper, but in actual form that it's holdable by user, by me, for instance. That's
yeah,
why.
100% agree. I think it's very easy for us to just, put a very pretty fancy roadmap on a website, but it's very, very difficult to translate that vision into reality. And so I think the key thing is, it's like the story of the rabbit and the tortoise, right? We want to take it slow, but we want to make sure we get there in the right way.
On the right path, exactly.
Yeah.
Slow, correct, developed, and healthy. So
Health.
it's healthy core behind it. Cool. I think we pretty much answered all the questions. I don't want to drag this for too long, otherwise people get bored, even though it's very interesting. And I also don't want to steal too much of your time. I know you have tons of things to do, and it's stacking up. So I would thank you very much. I'll maybe ping you for my whitelist because I'm seeing a lot of people just joining in and probably everybody signing up for it. We were really happy to have you. You gave us
Likewise.
a lot of insights. I will just go and Google some things and stories you told me about it.
Yeah.
Definitely need to educate myself a bit more on Southeast Asian uh, culture and stories and how it's called. And
Yeah. And again, thank you so much I know you have probably a very busy schedule. Thank you for taking time out. And thank you to everyone in the audience that came to listen to me speak. It means a lot. I hope, I hope from whatever I said, you guys come check out our Discord. I think both our communities, us getting together and creating these partnerships it's just great for everyone. And excited to see what the future holds, and very excited to start this relationship with Nitro League. We're big fans of yours.
thank you, exactly. And I'll send a screenshot once my monkey is in my garage.
Yeah, please do. I can't wait to see which ones you get.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Thank
And
you,
have a nice
everyone.
day. Well, bye bye.
Have a good night. Bye bye.
Get to join our Trivia Tuesday, guys, in 1.5 hours. We will be having a topic which will be decided on the Twitter poll. Check our announcements for more. Thank you all for joining. I will be ending the event now. This was an all time high for our AMA. So, GG. Thank you all for attending.